GITEX is one of the biggest exhibition on IT globally, and being a startup company and being new in the business and being at a time when digital transformation is happening, people are looking at the digital platforms to enhance their business. I think this was the best platform for us to launch and help people get growth to their business on a digital platform. And we got in the last 3 days, I think we have got the money's worth. It's been a fantastic show here. Being a digital portal, we actually don't sell our own products. Basically, we connect the buyer and the seller, and we have the 5 selling points, like the 5 selling hubs we have in USA, we have in Singapore, in Europe, in India and UAE, from where we connect the sellers to all the buyers globally. So having launched this company on the 25th of May, it's 4 months, and today we are at a very respectable position in terms of the number of sellers and numbers of buyers that are on board. I think our game is on. Good numbers of product registered and people are listing the pricing and stocks. The platform is fully ready for business right now. That's the position we are in, and it's been a lot of hard work for the last 2 years, but we have achieved where we wanted to be. We are there.
If you see the generation which is currently holding the purse strings and making decisions, that generation is now in the process of handing over the baton to what is called as the Gen X, and slowly moving on the baton to the millennials. The millennials are people who are essentially, I think, born with the devices as a part of their appendage of their body. So these guys are not going to be doing business the traditional way that some of us are used to doing. The fact that even B2B is likely to go in the direction of what B2C is today, and the fact that it's expected to be about 2.5 to 3 times of the current B2C online business, I think exhibitions like GITEX, which actually drive for a new kind of technology revolution, are very important for companies like us. I think IT as part of this B2B, the reason we have chosen IT products initially as part of the B2B business, Gartner is stating that by 2026, whatever is the B2B business globally, about 26% of that is going to be in the IT trade. I mean, I'm talking about IT hardware trade and the software trade. So that's the reason we started with this. And with technology, what is happening is trends like artificial intelligence and trends like being able to study consumer behavior better through data management, that is helping understand how customers would be able to make better decisions via platforms. And that is the reason why these trends would help tremendously as compared to the traditional way of doing business.
I would like to add to it, with the advent of internet and the research that can be done on the internet, the buyer now has a choice to get more number of sellers. So he will start for more sellers. So what happens to the seller is they will start losing the buyer. So when the buyer is changing his journey, the seller needs to change his strategy, and seller needs to try and find more buyers. As a third-party marketplace, we help both the buyer and seller, help the buyer find more number of sellers, and we speed up his buying experience. And as for the seller is concerned, we help him to get the new buyers on board. So I think this platform is the right opportunity for both the buyers and sellers to expand their reach. There are, there's a research actually. In fact, the research is by Gartner, which says that a lot of buyers, they have their current suppliers with whom they are not happy, but they still don't know why to get the new supplier. And they have many pain areas. That pain area would be in the way they get the services, the RMAs or whatever. But they still continue with that pain area because they still can't find a new supplier. As a platform, we help them to go and find new supplier. So we patch up their pain areas and we help them build up more sellers for them. As far as the seller is concerned, his pain areas are that he wants to expand the geography, he wants to expand the reach of seller to get more buyers, and he's not able to do it because he doesn't have the kind of fund that is required to expand. And with us, he doesn't have to spend any money. It's no subscription, it's a free portal. He can get more number of buyers. So we address his pain area as well. What we have done is, because we started 4 months back, we had a very soft marketing approach to the market, but we have now moved from that soft marketing to a very proactive marketing, because now we are getting the buyers in. Because the sellers have already come on board, now we're looking at the buyers. So we have moved into a very, very proactive marketing, right from brand awareness up to lead generation. we have a planned way on the digital marketing to get people on board.
So essentially, if you look at the development of this region, it's been just about 50 years across the GCC. At that point in time, people who started businesses and who have now made them into mega businesses, they are all in their early, late 70s or early 80s. So there is a transition happening where the baton is being passed on to the newer generation. While this is happening, the COVID came along and sped or increased the rate of development of online and technology. At the same time, what is also happening is that brands are looking at ways to cut down the layers in the channel so that each layer can make a little more while the brand can make more. This is happening. The agency agreements are changing. Online business is eating into distribution, which is mutating. And this whole thing is happening at this point in time when a newer generation of owners across the SMEs in the Gulf are in the process of taking over. A lot of them are not exactly ready. They are very intelligent, very capable, but they may take some time. And at this time, the transition is also happening to more and more of online business. And therefore, I think those who actually get onto this bandwagon early and understand that this is the way forward, because this generation and the next one after that, which is in the process of taking over, those are the people who are not going to do the traditional way of doing business, which is talking on for 10 hours to close deals. So it's just a matter of time. It's probably going to speed up faster if people understand and use the technology to help them. If you see again this region, and particularly if you look at Dubai as a role model, this is the only place in the world where the government takes the initiative and the private sector plays catch up. Everywhere else in the world, the private sector takes the initiative, the government plays catch up. So if you take the government and the top 10% of the companies, the really good companies, they will be ahead of the curve. The bottom 30 to 40% will latch on to the likes of marketplace sellers and get consolidated. It's the in-between 50% who are going to face the biggest challenge. So this challenge can only be met by using technology better and using it to good purposes and finding the right tools to get new ways to do business. And it's a given that no matter what, it may take some time, less time, more time, but B2B is going to transition, because that generation who is used to the B2C experience are only going to seamlessly move the same experience to B2B buying. And they are going to be decision makers at some point in time to do the B2B buying as well. So this trend, if it is working, we just want to be ahead of the curve. It's just that we don't want only the large guys, one or two or three of them, to globally consolidate businesses. We would like to take some part of a particular industry and be a niche player.
If I have to add to it as well, in the next 5 years, we are looking at a total IT turnover close to $1,800 billion business, out of which 30% you take will be online. We are still talking about 600 million, right? Or 600 billion, sorry. That's a huge segment of opportunity that is there. We have taken 10 categories of products like laptops, gaming products, printers, display products, consumables, gaming accessories, IT accessories, networking products. So these are all the categories that would be the top performing. So these are about close to 10 categories. Going further, we might add mobility products as well. So that will also add up to as one more category for us. Basically, our selling points, we have only 5 countries, and as far as the buying countries are concerned, the buyer takes care of everything. So we have to bother about our selling point, the taxations, the VATs, the banking structure and everything. So it is not that complex. We have taken all the management issues.
If you look at banks internationally, they have, whether a customer is able to manage online banking or no, they have decided to move most of their services online. You find a way to get used to it. Government services, whether you are able to, let's say take a country like India, Whether I'm able to understand the language or no, I have to do a lot of services online. Companies have to realize B2B is headed that way. We are able to assist them to move, but whether they get the assistance or no, it's a given it's going to go that way.
What we do is we have launched a program called Diginomics. It's basically the economics of being digital, how the digital trade happens, how the whole ecosystem, digital ecosystem is. So we have trained a lot of people. We've trained about 45 companies in the last 1.5 months and about close to 100 plus people. So we help them to move from legacy system to the digital system. We train them how bad it is to be on the legacy system and what are the advantages of getting into the digital trade. So this has helped us a lot. People understand the importance of moving digital, and being an Indian, I always tell this, if India today is the 5th largest economy in the world, that's because India has become digital India. And Dubai, the growth of Dubai, because Dubai has become digital Dubai. And you can see that board outside at GITEX as well. They put digital Dubai. So digitalization and digital transformation will always help on growth. So everyone will have to move and be digital.
And it appears that the rulers of Dubai are very keen on positioning Dubai as a destination between Silicon Valley and Bengaluru, as a startup hub of some kind. And so this startup, which is originating out of here, would like at some point in time to be one of those test cases which is successful.
I would like to add one point from Bill Gates, where he said that the business has to be on the internet, and if it is not on the internet, business is out of business. So business needs to be on the internet. And I think there was a recent statement from Dell Technologies as well, where they said that the future of trade is digital. It's quite exciting, I'm meeting a lot of my old friends from all around the world, and I think GITEX has given that opportunity after 3 years, because a lot of things were silent for some time, people were restricted to travel, and I think for us as a startup company, this was the right time.